Covetousness. Do we even know what that word means these days? Steve, I'm so glad we get to do another video. I'm glad we get to talk about your recent preaching this past Sunday. You did a whole sermon on this word, covetousness. But I bet there was still so much more you wanted to say. Why don't you share some of that with us?
There was something I had in the sermon, and I had to take it out because of time. I'm not going to be able to get to that. But by the way, the sermon was also about covetousness and then about contentment. Right? So it was the two of those. Yeah, I know it was titled covetousness. But anyway.
So it's like two sermons in one.
Two in one. They had to go back to back, two sides of the coin. But anyway, the thing I wanted to get in there was a great Old Testament example of this. It's a classic. So Joshua is the ruler of Israel. He's the general. He's the leader. And they're supposed to conquer the land. So they're supposed to go take this city called Ai. That's not artificial intelligence, by the way. But anyway, a city called Ai. So they go and they attack Ai. And Ai wins and Israel loses. And 30 Israeli guys are killed, and everybody's mourning. They had to flee for their lives. Joshua falls on his face before the Lord, and the Lord says, "What are you on your face for? Get up. There's sin in the camp." So here's what had happened. This guy named Achan had seen something, and there's a classic line there where he was explaining himself, like, "Why did you do this?" "I did it because I saw it, and I wanted it, so I took it." And that's classic. Saw, wanted, took. But anyway, so he took it. So God's judging the people. There's corporate solidarity. One person coveting in your church can affect the strength and health of the whole church. So he says, we got to find out who did the coveting. You need to find out. So start with tribes, and then work down to clans, and then work down to families, and then work down to a man and his household. And it came down to this guy named Achan. And because of what Achan had done, the whole nation suffered. People even died. So one of the important things about that is, you might just think, well, coveting is just me. I'm doing it internally. It's just in my head, and I don't want to affect anybody. It's only affecting me. But it affects things you do, and then that affects your whole church or your family or your clan or your nation or whatever. So, man, nationally, like, we are coveters, are we not? The effects of that are just ginormous and dramatic. So the effects of a dad who's a coveter on the kids, a mom who's a coveter on the kids, pastors who are covetous, want to drive Bentleys and whatever on their church and on the church. It's just a horrible thing. So much to be repented of there. May the Lord give us contented hearts. Amen.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. With just food and clothing, right?
That time I was watching.
You're ready. You're ready.
What are we supposed? Didn't you tell me once we watch elbows?
Yeah. So if you look at the elbow, and then you try to like high five.
That worked.
Yeah. Mechanically.
Thanks, Sean.
Anyway, Steve, I'll see you.
See you.